everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost, and today I had a lot of fun and I wanted to show you, maybe you might enjoy doing a process like this as well, but I'm making some spine jewelry or spine dangles, and I'm using up some strips of, I was going to say fabric, but strips of paper that I have amassed from making some journals. So this is what I made. I made this little spine dangle. It's a very simple one, and I think I'm going to add another one to this, and I thought I would make that with you guys. So I'm going to take you through the process of making these paper beads. It's very easy. Let me show you. Okay, and it's a great way to use up scraps. So let's get to it. All right, so let me just put these over here. Whoop, let me back you up a bit so you can see what's going on. Boop, boop. Okay. So this little spine dangle, it just dangles. It just dangles, and it can come on and off very easily. You can also attach these permanently if you want to punch a hole through the back of your spine and put an eyelet there, and you can just put a jump ring and add this on that way as well. But I like to keep them removable in case people like to take them off. But anyway, let me show you. This is what we made. Me and Sunny made this. My little Maltese puppy who's one. Okay, so that was our project for the day, and I just had a little bowl of beads, and these were gifted to me. Thank you very much. And I am putting them to good use, as you can see. And what we're primarily working with today are these bamboo skewers, and I'm pretty sure you can get these at the Dollar Tree or at your local grocery store or Target or any like Walmart will have them, and they're very inexpensive, but they happen to be the perfect thickness for rolling paper beads because it's very, very easy to string the beads. That's always a requirement of mine. It has to be very easy to string the beads, or else mama ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean? And paper bead rolling has been around forever, but this is probably one of the easiest ways to do it, and that I have found, and I just want to share it with you. So this is how I do it. Okay, so put you there, and here is our device. So grab any paper, and you can make your beads as wide or as thin as you want, doesn't matter. Maybe I'll make a pink one first. It's a good idea to keep a ruler handy if you want to adjust the size. You can make them, some are smaller and some are longer, just depending on what you want to make at the moment. Okay. All right. So let us, I'm going to make this one a little bit thinner. We'll start with a smaller one first. And I'm going to use Fabrifix glue today. You could use any glue for this project. I'm sure it would work just fine. White glue, glue stick. The only difference might be how long you have to hold it in the end. So basically the glue only comes into play at the very end. And you can actually, you just kind of, let me show you real close. Okay, let's do it. Grab your stuff, we'll do it together. But you just start rolling. Yeah, just keep it tight. And the skewer is keeping the thickness for you, so everything is good. And then you just start rolling. And it's okay if it goes a little off kilter. It probably will, like that. But you could just take your fingers and smoosh it back together, as we do. And then just roll your way to Happy Town. And just until it's the thickness you want it to be. You can make thin beads, thick beads. I made some of different widths just for fun. Thought that might be fun to try. And then when you've got about an inch left, that's a good time to come in there with your whatever glue you're going to use. And I'm going to use Fabrifix, which has now adhered itself to the bottom of the bottle. Come on. Okay, hang on. Oh, got it. Okay, strong glue. What can I tell you? Oh, yep, there you go. Then you accidentally let go, and you got to do it again. Okay, here we go. Here we go, back again. Okay, great demonstrations, right? Fabulous. Okay, so you get in there and you just roll it up. Just twist the skewer and hold on to the paper. That's the goal. Whether you do it laying down, it's fine, but I'm going to show you how to put multiple beads on one skewer so they can dry, and you could decorate them while they're on the skewer, which is kind of fun. Sorry if I'm all over the place. I will regain organization here. Okay. And it works actually if they're super tight or not that super tight. So as long as this last piece has a good bit of glue, use your finger to spread it to the edges, and then just give it a second to adhere. And you do have a second to rearrange the papers. All right, we just want to make sure that all those little ends are down. Okay, and then once you have that, you can move that little guy. I don't have much room to work on because I've been working on journals and everything's all over the place. Okay, scoot it down to one end. Not right off. Yeah. just to the end. And that just gives you more room to work with. Okay, so now let's do another one. We'll maybe pick a different color this time. We'll do a yellow one. And it really doesn't matter what paper you use as long as it's flexible enough to wrap around easily around the skewer. And then you just roll away. And this is a fantastic way to use up scraps. Who doesn't want to use up scraps? It seems to be my mission in life is I'm going to use up my scraps. And this is a great way to do it. So you just keep them organized and even and roll your little heart out. You just roll and roll. And this is great to do in front of the TV while you're relaxing in bed. This is a very simple project, and I would recommend a good pair of readers if you need them, because it's maybe tiny work, and that's probably the biggest thing about it. It's just, it's tiny work, at least it is for me, so I'm really pretty much wear my readers anytime I'm working on my journal, so it's just another day in the shop for me. Okay, let's go. Now, I don't mind gluey fingers, so this is A-okay. And it's all right to smoosh the glue around a little bit. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Let me see. It doesn't have to be like perfectly aligned or anything like that. But just this last strip does need to be glued well. That's important, I think. And oh, let's do a tiny one. Never done one this skinny before. If I end up loving this one, I'm going to totally regret getting rid of all those tiny scraps. Okay, let's just see how this goes. Once you get it going, it's easier. Yeah. Like anything in life, right? Okay. And we're going to jazz these up a little once we're done. I'll just do one skewer's worth. I think that will be a good example. And then I'll show you how I assemble we'll put the clip on and we'll make a dangle with the string and everything so you can see the whole process. And I just thought this was a fun way to use up some paper. And you could also use these beads to sew onto your journal if you want to string your, you know, the strings on the exposed spine. Let me show you. Exposed spine strings. You could actually thread some of these as you're sewing your journal and put them on your exposed spine if you wanted to do that as well. So that would be another fun thing to do. But that's for another day. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, today we're doing the spine jewelry. Okay. And we're randomly grabbing, here's a piece of ledger. Let's see if this works. This is brittle, so we shall see. We'll try and get a piece that's not as brittle. Usually the edges are a little more brittle than the main part. It's a very old piece of ledger, probably from the 1800s, but it might have some cool lines on it, which can look neat. Almost any magazine pages would be great for this. That you know, has been done over the years, you know, taking the magazine. You can also cut these in a triangle form and get a little wedge thing going. Also been done many times. Probably saw that somewhere in your youth, or maybe did it last week. Who knows? Who knows? You're probably a wild and adventurous type. I wouldn't put anything past you. Nope, I wouldn't. Okay, here we go. This one's almost done. And I'm just going to go for a variety of colors of my papers, but let's say I don't have a lot of variety. Maybe I only have copy paper. You can totally do this with copy paper and then just use your ink daubers to color them at the end, and you come up with different colored beads. So that's one way to do it too. Or you could use gelato to color them, or chalk, or pastels, or something like that. I mean, there's a lot of ways to color paper. Okay, let's do a piece of music paper. That might be fun. Let me back up a little so you can see what's going on. Yeah, so I hope your day is going well. Everything's dandy here. We are hanging out and having fun, and it is a lovely day, also known as blistering hot summer day in Florida. But the sun is shining, the birds are singing, my parrot is making noises, so all is well. Yes. Okay, so this is a little thicker paper, but I don't mind doing thicker beads. I think they come out kind of cool because they give it some more texture and chunkiness. And you could coat these and spray these after if you want to make them waterproof. But, you know, I mean, the book is paper, so I'm assuming that wherever the book is going to be, it's going to be safe from massive tidal waves and tsunamis, you know, as much as we can hope. So, yeah. But you could spray this with an acrylic sealant, or you could coat it with Mod Podge, or you could put glossy accents on it and just leave them on the skewers to dry. But make sure that you wiggle them a little bit so they don't get stuck. So if you're going to do any kind of sealant stuff or anything like that, that's actually the main reason why I'm not doing that, is I don't want to have them get stuck to the skewer. You could just take them off the skewer too. They're going to hold their shape. They're not going to collapse on themselves if you make them thick enough. Yeah. We got lots of extra glue on that one, huh? We'll just keep going it around. There, it's making its own sealant. How about that, huh? How about that? Just want to hold it a second, let it to grab. And there we are. Good. Are we good? Are we? Oh, no, we're not good. Now we're good. Okay, yeah. So it's like, there's like 1 second that has to happen. It has to get dry enough, and then it grabs, and then you're there. And all is well. All is well. Oh, let's see. What else do we have? We have some graph paper. Whoop. I should take down the whole fort. Why don't you, Pam? You know, that was like me when we build the forts and stuff like that. I'd get up and my foot would get caught in the blanket or something, and you know, I'd take one step and take the whole thing down. Yeah, that would be me. All right. Okay, so we have a nice piece here. It doesn't matter if they're perfectly straight or not. It's all good in the world of paper bead making. And this is one of those very relaxing things that you can just do. It's just, I don't know, it's like Zen in the art of motorcycle maintenance. We're just doing it. We're just rolling. Let me go a little closer so you can see the excitement here. My fingers are very gluey and inky because I've been making a bunch of these, and it's just been having fun. Just having fun, goofing off. And like I said, you can go super thick, you can go super thin. Well, I wouldn't go super thin. I would have some substance to it. Yeah, so your bead doesn't crush easily. You don't want crushy beads in life. No. Okay. Yeah. So I've made a few more ephemera fundles, ephemera collections. If anybody is interested, they are loaded in my Etsy shop. And so if you go there and you see them available, they're available, because I only put them available when I have them. But if you go there and you don't see them, that means I sold them. But I am trying to restock those as much as possible. And what else can I tell you? Having a lot of fun on the podcast lately. So if you haven't checked out the podcast, come on over and check that out. And it's new material, different than the videos. And I talk about all sorts of different things related to junk journal making, crafting, making and selling journals, answering your questions from YouTube. I like to do that. I can answer a lot of questions in one podcast, so you'll see some crafty questions answered. A lot of the things that we think about as we are crafting, or we are faced with, or we wonder about. I try and give you my thoughts on it, and hopefully it might make sense. I don't know. Sometimes it might not. But yep, sometimes we do the podcast when Sunny and I are going to the park. Yeah. So let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is a pretty paper. See, this is like a coffee dyed paper, kind of a stencil-y coffee dyed paper. Didn't want to lose that whole paper. I just love it. But I don't think I need the whole thing for a bead. But maybe I'll do a bigger one, like 3/4 of a bead. And then I just think I'm going to do some ones with words on them. I'd like to get some word beads going here. Remember, don't put glue down first, because you'll glue it to the stick. So you don't want to put glue down first. And I don't see the need to have to glue the whole thing, because if you have that last little piece glued well, you should be good. You should be good. So I only want you putting your effort where it's going to make the most difference, right? That's right. Yeah. I had to have my driveway pressure washed. Yeah, I had a complaint from the association. But I think they went to everybody and said that your driveway needs to be pressure washed. But I looked at my driveway and I don't think it looked that bad. I didn't, Anyway, I had it pressure washed. There you go. I'm compliant. See, I don't cause waves. No ruffles. No nothing like that. But yeah, it is now clean. Thought it was fine before. Oh boy, I hope nobody's watching. Okay, there we go. It's funny because these kind of, I don't know, they start to look like little cigarette butts or something. I don't know. Okay, so let's find some words. Let's go do a little digging here. Here's some words. Okay, so you might want to remember that at the end, if you want your bead to be plain, then keep this piece on. But since the last bit is going to be whatever is at the very end, then you want to make that be what is going to show, and keep it short with no white or cream or anything there. Whoop, back up. Gotta make sure it goes around. Okay, and we're rolling. I think we'll do maybe 1 or 2 more, and then we will make our little guy. Yeah. There we go. And sometimes you can time it right, and sometimes things just happen magically. I would say glue about the last inch. That would be smart. And I smooshed it out a little bit just so it doesn't take so long to dry. Yeah. There we go. This one just happened to come out and say your smile. And I think that was from, it was from a music sheet. But that just happened to catch the words, your smile, on the music sheet. I thought that was kind of fun. It doesn't always happen, but it depends which way you roll it. If you roll it that way, let's see, if we roll it this, it would have to be rolled this way. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if I have enough. So if I don't, this one's not wide enough to roll that way, then I do what I call the underlayment. Here we're going to do the base layer with something else, just something generic sitting around. And this little piece of paper looked like it was generic and sitting around. So we'll thicken it up with this guy. Yeah, here we go. Let me back up a little for you. We'll thicken it up with this guy, and then we'll come in with the big finale and wrap it at the end with the words. So we'll get the words. So you can save your word paper if you want to do that, if you have specialty papers or something extra precious and you want to do that, you can totally do that. Okay, this is going to be a nice little fat chubber. My parrot says Alexa. Yeah. We actually got rid of Alexa because the parrot says Alexa a little bit too much, should we say? Yeah, Alexa was like, the weather is, that didn't go off so well after a while. And I don't know. I think she was listening a little too much. I'm never quite sure about her. Okay, let's see if we get some. Oh, that will be. How about Be Glory? I think that'll fit on there. Let's try that. Now, this is all in the tearing. If you can get it at the right spot, and who knows? That's a little wide. It'll have to be thinner. Thinner, Pam, thinner. Thinner chicken dinner. There you go. Actually, I had chicken for lunch. I did. Now, remember, if you want the words to show, you got to keep it close. So that's your, whoop, almost lost the word. Okay. And then we get on here and let's make sure it's glued well because we're going to over glue on this one. This is a fancy level up. All right, there we go. So you start with the end you don't want. You might want to roll it counterclockwise. I don't know why, or the opposite way you did the other one. There we go. And then you get some glue in there. What did I say, about an inch? Yeah, listen to your own instructions, dear. Need to be a good idea. Thin, but good coverage will work well. And there we go. And then just give it a second to grab. And then, whoop, did it slide? It slid. Okay, there we go. So before you know it, you have got a nice skewer o beads. All right, so pretty much now you can just pop these off. So they should fall off pretty easily. And if they don't, you can sort of work them off. Twist them, that helps. And I think I covered one in fabric. I'll show that one to you. Okay, this guy wants to, okay, there we go. Give them a good squeeze and they should come right off. Yeah, there. So let me show you the fabric one. I rolled one, it was paper, and then I just rolled it in a little piece of fabric at the end, one little piece. Yeah, so you can do fabric ones too. Then, okay, I grabbed good old walnut stain. And the old walnut stain dauber, which is right here. So well worn, well loved, barely hanging on by a thread, but we can keep going. And what I decided to do was just do this to the edges. Because I just thought, now we're really talking cigarette butts. But I just think it gives a nice look to it, a little more antique-y or something. Yeah. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, so that one looks like that. That's kind of cute, huh? Yeah. All right. So here's the little music one. They're pretty easy to color. And you could color the whole thing if you want. Let's say this guy. All right. Let's say, okay, I'm coloring him, but maybe I really wanted him to be brown because I don't have a lot of colors to play with. Well, you can just come in here with your dauber and just color him up. Now you have a brown bead. There you go. That's how fast that can happen. All right. There we go. These are happening quickly. This is really a lot of fun. I don't know. This harkens back to I think when I went to the YWCA as a kid, and we had art class. Like Sundays, my mom would drop me off. Also known as get rid of the kid for a Saturday. No, she didn't. She was working, so it was something for me to do that was fun on Saturday. It wasn't too expensive, and I'd say whatever technique I did back then, it was a lot more difficult because it didn't grab me. You know what I mean? I was struggling with my paper beads. Either my hands weren't coordinated enough to roll the paper, but nobody ever said bamboo skewers. Nope, nobody ever said that. Nope, I don't know how we did that. I think we We didn't use anything. We just maybe rolled it on. I don't know. There must have been something in the middle. Who knows? Who knows, right? Okay, so that's all of those. And now if you want to take it up a notch, you can totally do this. Let's say you want to grab a, we're going to grab, how about this guy? Is a peg stamp. I think you could use any stamp doing this, actually. It doesn't matter if it's a long stamp or a short stamp. But if you wanted to put some marks, just roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, and then you've got a nice little decorated bead. Isn't that cute? That's so cute. Okay, we'll do this one. Hi. That's Holly saying hi to everybody. Maybe one on this side, and you could do different ones. There you go. See, very cute, right? Yeah. Okay. So I think you're okay. Maybe we'll put something on you. I'll put a different one on. I'm just feeling wild and dangerous. What have I got? I've got these little guys. This is what I used on the first ones. This little double daisy chain thing. Okay. And I got these from Nora Jane on Etsy. She doesn't know me, but I like her stamps, her peg stamps. So if you're looking for peg stamps, and I think there's lots of other people who sell peg stamps too, but I found her first and I thought she had some real cuties. And they seem to be a decent price, so I couldn't argue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I couldn't argue. Yeah, oh, good grief. But I really do use them a lot now that I found them again. Yes, they hid from me in my clutter, but I have now discovered them. Now let's see if I can actually put a phone face on this. Do I have one left? I did. Okay, I've got one. All right, this one's bigger. I don't know if it'll work. We're going to try this grand experiment. Here we go. I'm going to try the rolling technique. Ah, did it work? Oh, how cool is that? Can you see it? Ooh, it's so cool, isn't it? And I really think this would work with any stamp. So there you go. Jazzing them up a little bit. You could, of course, pull out the stickles and all that fun stuff. But hey, let's just take one thing at a time here. Okay, so I think maybe I'm going to start on another one so that you can actually see. Oh, I need to reorganize you. Hold on a sec. Okay, can you see that? I think you can see that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this is just a tiny bulldog clip, and you can get these on Amazon if you're looking for a link. I have one in my Amazon store, but you can find these everywhere on Amazon and probably eBay and AliExpress, and it's just an easy way to do a spine dangle or a spine jewelry because it's easy on, easy off, and who doesn't love that? Okay, I am looking now for some sort of thread. And I would recommend maybe, you can probably work with anything as long as it's strong. I'm going to use wax linen thread, but you can certainly use embroidery floss. If you use embroidery floss, you're probably going to have to use a needle. I was trying to do needle avoidance and not have to use a needle, and this is what I came up with. So I decided I wanted to I did it twice as long as I needed it, plus a little extra. And that gave me 2 tails to work with. And that seemed to work just fine. So first thing I did was I looped it through one of these, and then I made the tails even, and then I just tied a double knot. So right over left, left over right to lock it in, and then you're pretty much rolling. Let's see, how did I start this one? I'm going to forget what you do. I put a pearl, a faux pearl. I put a faux pearl at the top just for fun. I have a green one. That's pretty. Some beads are solid inside and they're very easy to thread, and some are hollow and not so easy. I hope I made this string long enough because I am going to do knots with it. So you definitely want to do, I would say, at least another 3 to 6 inches longer than the bottom of your thing, because you're going to tie a few knots here and there. Okay, so now the whole idea is we're going to, like when you cross your arms in front of you, we're going to kind of do that. So one thread is going to come from the left side, and then the other thread and it's going to come from the right side. And the nice thing about working with the wax linen is it becomes its own needle almost, because it's sort of stiff, and up it goes. There it is. Let me get a little closer so you can see that. Whoop, no. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. There we go. Hi, honey. I see you sneaking around. He's like, don't notice me, don't talk to me. All right, so now I'm going to do a double knot here. Right over left, left over right, and that's going to lock that little guy in. Yeah, now I don't know macrame at all, so this is called me faking my way through this. So all you great macrame people, feel free to share your tips and tricks. I know nothing. I was just wiggling my way. Okay, so I thought I'd take one of the shorter beads and put it sideways, just to show you an option. So let's take a shorter bead. All right, here's a shorter bead, a little yellow one. Nice contrast with the green. Same concept. Folding crossed arms. Okay, one through the left and one through the right. Oh, can you hear? I don't know if you can hear Sonny in the background. He wants Papa to let him in the bedroom. Okay, there, pull tight, and then you get the sideways bead. Okay, that's the way to get the sideways bead. Well, little moaning. We have a little moaning. All right, and then you come in and you do your right over left. It's basically you tie a knot. Okay, I mean that's as fancy as we're getting here. There's no sailor's knots or anything like that going on in this neck of the woods. No. Okay, so there we have that one. So he's a sideways bead. It's kind of pretty, huh? Okay, so now what did I do next? See, I have to go for reference. Okay, put some strange gray marbly looking bead. I don't know if I can find that bead right now, but I found this one. Hey, this is some kind of little agate bead or something. And I have like a pile of beads and I need to use them up. And I really enjoy beading. And now that I have my readers, beading is not so awful anymore. Look at these hands. It looks like I crawled out of a grave or something. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Use the beads that have the bigger holes, so make it a little easier to do this process. But if you have a needle, you're probably fine. Okay, that's it. Okay, there we go. And then we'll do the knot, the double knot, one knot that way. Almost reminds me of those floating fishing ball things. They must do something like this. You know, those crab trap fishing ball things? You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, let's get a long bead now and see how that goes. All right, so this time to have it drop straight, you just take both of the ends. Oh, let me rearrange it a little here so you can see better. Maybe. Okay, that's not very good. There. Okay. Take both ends and just run it through the entire bead. And the holes in the beads they're relatively big. See that? So it's not hard. I mean, even a blind mouse could do this. So you could feel your way. Okay, now if I put a knot here, it's probably going to fall over the knot, but I'm just going to put one to anchor it. I'm going to call it like a semi-anchor just so it doesn't come flying up until I get another bead on. Let me get I got a pretty blue one. That would look nice. Maybe, no, there's no blue in this. It's a little orange. We could do orange. I don't know if I can get both three. Okay, we're going to try. What did I do? Oh, yes, I did this sideways. That's too small. Can't do that. You can sit there and fuss for 2 hours trying to get through a bead that the hole is just too small. I say just put the bead down. You just tell it, we'll deal with you another day. It'll be your day. Don't worry. You will have your day in the sun. This is not that day. This may not be that day for this one. I can easily get one through. Okay, there we go. Always going. Yeah, it's not that hard with this waxed linen thread. It does make it easy to put a bead on. Okay, and just sort of center the bead, like that. Okay, and you don't have to do this on the book. You could do this, flat on the table if you clip this to something else, like the edge of a book or something like that. That would be another easy way to do this. I hear you, macrame people. You're like, no, it'd be so much easier if you just did X, Y, Z. I know, and one day we'll learn that skill. I just don't have it today. But I'm having fun anyway. So there you go. All right. So we have that one. And that's kind of cute, right? Okay. So what do we do next? Hit that little middle thing again. Okay. So let's maybe try this little pink guy. He's kind of cute, right? All right. Let's put him in there. So it goes pretty rapidly, pretty quickly. And the fanfare is grand. I think. It's just very satisfying. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, I could just do this all day. Just nobody bug me and just leave me alone with my paper beads. I mean, you could make bracelets and all sorts of fun stuff. Okay, I'm getting a little short in the tooth here. I'm not getting younger, but my strings are getting shorter, so I'm going to have to make a a decision. Yes, we're going to have to come to the end of the road on this one. So definitely give yourself at least 6 inches longer, I would say, than what you need, what you think you need, or else you will run out of string like me. So I must have used longer string the first time. Okay, there we go. All right, so it's not perfectly on the edge. That's okay. So now I think I'm going to just put something on the end to wrap it up and do a big finale. Drum roll, please. Digging for a pretty bead that might work. That's kind of pretty. All right, let's try that. I'm just going to put, maybe I'm going to go separate. Since I've got 2 strings here, I'm going to put one thing on here. Oh, yeah, 30 minutes. Okay. I'm trying to keep them to 30 if I can. But sometimes things just go faster than others. Yep. And as you can see, now this is one of those hollow beads, so I could sit here for an hour trying to get that thing through. Forget that. Forget that. Okay, let's stick this on. That's pretty. It's like one of those little silver things. It has a name. I forget what it is, of course. Here's a little cowbell or something. I don't know what this is. A little metal brass bead. That's fun. And actually, you can just load these up and then just tie it at the end. I know it's kind of weird, but it can be done. Let's see. Let me put one more bead on, see if I can still tie it. It'll be a miracle, but we'll try. Here's a little copper one. That's cute. Oh, can you see? Nope. Okay. All right. Now, if it's too thin to get 2 strings through, try the 1-y, and then just try tying it off at the end. Let's see what happens when we do this big grand finale here. This is how I end up with a loop at the end. You don't have to do a loop at the end. It's just sort of how it happened to me. But gives you a little bit of a heavy dangle at the end, which is kind of nice. There we go. There we go. There, you can kind of reorient everybody a little bit. And there we go, we're dangling. Okay, and let me put the other one on so you can get full effect of multi-dangle. Now, I would probably put both of these strings on one clip, so you wouldn't need multiple clips here, but this will give you an idea. And you could put like a whole bunch of these or just one of these and some ribbon or something different like that. So just to give you some ideas of the fun things that you can do with paper, that it totally transforms what the paper looked like. And they're just a lot of fun. So I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember, my videos come out Mondays, Wednesdays. This is so funny. I have it upside down on my journal. That's hilarious. Fridays and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern time. And I hope you're having an awesome day. Welcome to everybody who's new. Don't forget, I've got a 80,000 subscriber giveaway contest going on. So I'll put the link below. Sign up for that. There's a cool prize. And the drawing is August 1st, which actually I think is a Sunday or something. We'll have to figure that out. But it will be August 1st because I said it was August 1st. And what else? Podcasts come out Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have a free monthly emailed newsletter. The link is down below. You get a free digital image emailed to you monthly, along with a bunch of cool other things. And I have the Amazon shop, which is the Paper Outpost. And if you're looking for tools and supplies that I commonly use, I generally put them in there. And I already told you about my FUNDLES. I've got the Etsy shop, which also has vintage digital kits if you're looking for any of those. And all links are down below in the drop-down box. And if you found value here or had some fun, please like, subscribe, and share. And click the notification bell if you want to be notified of new videos when they come out. And what else? Remember, where are you, Sonny? You want to have your big hello? He's nowhere to be found. Well, it'll just have to be next time then. Then take care, everybody. Have fun and go make some paper beads. This is a riot. They do look like little cigarettes, don't they? Yes, your little cigarette butts. But they are cute as buttons. Buttons, butt buttons. There you go. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.